Welcome back to Checkered, mates. What's up? I'm Ivan P.
I'm Ed.
Guys, the draw came out yesterday, and what a draw. First of all, we have to congratulate Canada.
Oh, big news for Canada. Making it first time since 1986.
I mean,
huge.
We're not going to hide it. We're from Canada. We're Canadians, but...
Pretty stoked about Canada, not going to lie, but we're still here for Croatia.
We're still for Croatia because we bleed the checkered.
Yeah.
Checkered?
The checkers?
The checkers?
Yeah, we bleed the checkers.
We bleed the checkers. But we love Canada as well, so we wish them the best of luck.
Yeah,
but
we'll
surprise, they're in the same group as...
Croatia. This is huge. It's going to be a tough watch or a great watch. As long as one team makes it out, we'll be super happy no matter what. But anyways.
Is this like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? Like Croatia versus Canada at the World Cup? Is this ever going to happen again?
You might never see this again in your
life.
We
might never see this again.
No. This is a once-in-a-lifetime. I was talking to my buddy, another Canadian Croatian, and he said he cannot believe that he's going to see Canada play Croatia in the World Cup.
I can't wait.
Yeah, never thought I'd see it. Let's start with who's in the group. We're going to do a quick breakdown of these teams, see how they stack up against Croatia. And let's start with Belgium. And just like
who's in their group first?
Yeah, okay. So starting, we got Belgium, the odds-on favorite, followed by Croatia, of course, who's the second favorite to move on. Then we got Morocco, who's a long shot, and then dead last in odds is Canada. So
Canada's going to be an outsider in this.
That's what the betting odds are.
A dark horse.
But they're being labeled as the dark horse, one of the favorite dark horses of the tournament, I think. But
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. So let's start with Belgium. Currently ranked number 2. They've been flip-flopping with France in the FIFA World Rankings, but as of today, April 2nd, they are ranked number 2, just behind Brazil, which Brazil's back on top, which is pretty crazy. But so let's just take a quick look at Belgium. Belgium experienced their best finish in the World Cup was actually in 1986, which is oddly enough the last time Canada was in the World Cup. So that's probably getting the Belgians kind of jacked just on history. It's like, whoa, look at this, Canada's back. Is this a signal? Is this a sign? We'll see. Belgium notoriously was really bad since 1986, up until the early 2000s when they overhauled their entire program and created more of an academy system to go along with their actual public school system. To try to generate talent, which is what Lukaku is actually a product of. So their 2 top stars, Lukaku and Hazard. Hazard actually did his football growth out in France. Yeah, which is pretty interesting. So just a similar thing to what you might see Canada be able to do with the FIFA money from going to the World Cup, but.
I mean, Belgium has been like number 1, number 2 in the world for the last couple of years now.
Yeah, they've been that's it. So their new systems and stuff created a better pipeline for talent within their country, and that's what got them to where they are over the last number of years, which is why they've been finishing so strong.
But here's the thing: they still never won a tournament.
They've never won a tournament.
That's the thing. Like people are saying that they always choke during a tournament.
Yeah, they've never won a tournament, and this tournament's going to be no different. They're not winning this tournament either.
I hope so.
Yeah, no, it's not happening. I don't see it. They're really getting jacked on. They're really promoting Eden Hazard and Romelu Lukaku here. These are 2 great powerhouse players, right? Lukaku for a long time was labeled as the next Drogba, the second Drogba. Just so powerful, so big, great touch, great skills, great handles, and Hazard is just a bit of a magician, with the ball. So you got to really be worried about these guys, and you should always be worried about these guys, regardless of the fact that both are having absolutely atrocious seasons.
Well, that's the thing. Hazard with Real Madrid, he hasn't been starting. He's been injured a lot.
I don't think he doesn't have a goal.
I don't think he has a goal this year, right?
No, he doesn't even. He hasn't scored. Yeah.
So there's that aspect.
17 games, no goals. I think.
Oh shit! Okay.
And then he's got a couple assists.
And then there's Lukaku, who seems to be having issues at Chelsea right now. He's not happy.
So first time he went to Chelsea way back in the day, he hated it. Went to Everton, started loving life again. Yeah. I think moved around a bit. Yeah. Back to Chelsea, hates it again.
He went to Inter Milan.
He played in Inter Milan.
And was doing really good. I think they won the league. And then he moved to Chelsea for some reason. And now he's not happy. Yeah. So could this affect his international play?
Well, he's got 20 matches, 5 goals. It's not really what you're looking for.
Not in Lukaku, no.
No, not in Lukaku. Not out of one of your premier strikers. In that league, on that club, especially when you're 7 goals off the top scoring pace and you're trying to get jacked and go into the World Cup all, like firing in all cylinders. It's not a good look,
But they have one of the best midfielders in the world.
De Bruyne, yeah. De Bruyne's having a crazy good season. He's got 10 goals, 3 assists. He's looking
Manchester City, they're top of the EPL.
Man City's is amazing club in the EPL, of course. My buddy Dan from Manchester, massive Man City fan, always rubbing it in everybody's face. So
they have a solid team. They have Courtois and nets.
Yeah, Courtois.
Goalies. He's super tall. He's really good. He plays for Real Madrid. One of the best goalies in the world. So they have a really solid team. Now, are they going to choke again at the World Cup?
It's just if
they finished third in the last World Cup.
They finished third in the last World Cup. Wow,
they lost 1-0 against France in the semifinals, and then they beat England for bronze.
Okay, well, that's pretty strong. But that's a little while ago. Their top strikers, 4 years older here. 4.5 years older.
Because it's starting to get old.
Yeah.
They're starting to get older.
Yeah, everybody's talking about how old Croatia is, but Belgium's pretty old too.
That's the thing.
And they're not scoring at a high level.
No.
So, I don't know. There's a lot of hype around this team. But if you look at even just their last number of matches, their last 6 matches, I mean, there's 2 losses in there against France and Italy in October. 3-2 loss against France October 7th and a 2-1 loss against Italy October 10th. That's not looking good. Okay, they tied Wales 1-1. Wales is good. They're not incredible, and this is the number 2 ranked team in the world is tying against Wales. Sure, okay. Estonia, they beat 3-1. Everybody beats up on Estonia. There's Burkina Faso. They throttled 3-0, and then they got a tie against Ireland 2-2, March 26th. That was before the Burkina Faso game. So
the question is, how are they going to do in the World Cup against teams that are red hot right now, like Canada?
Yeah, I don't know. They opened the tournament against Canada. And
that's going to be a really interesting game.
It's a good situation for Canada to be in, personally, because I think that there's a possibility, hopefully, that Belgium can sleep on Canada that game. And if they don't wake up fast enough, and Canada gets their goal scoring going, because they've got some goal scoring, it's not really truly measured against top European clubs as of yet. But so far in qualifications, it's been looking pretty good. So
if Belgium can lose some points against Canada, if they tie, it's going to be a perfect situation for Croatia.
Yeah, if they take a nap early in this tournament against Canada, lose points against them, and Croatia's opening against Morocco, I mean, who knows? Belgium is the odds-on favorite to win this division. And I thought, before I started taking a look at them, I was like, geez, they're for sure going to finish at the top of this division. Look at the goal scoring they have. Look at the talent up front. But these are names on paper right now, and for the seasons these guys are having, except for De Bruyne. And if they're going to rely on Hazard and Lukaku to do all their goal scoring, well, these guys aren't doing any goal scoring on their own clubs, really. So I don't know. There's time to go before the tournament to see if these guys can get their stuff together. There's not much time left in this season, though.
Good point.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's we'll see.
I think they might lose some points against Canada and obviously Croatia. So
are they in the summer league? Is Belgium in the summer league?
Nations League?
Yeah, they're in the Nations. Yeah,
I'm not sure which groups they're in.
It doesn't matter. If they're in the Nations League, at least that gives them some good quality play over the summer to try to get their stuff together. But
looking at the last results against big teams like Italy and France, it's not too good.
Yeah, it's not that good. Aging team, bad seasons. I don't know. They're obviously on
50-50
paper
right now. De Bruyne is doing good. Courtois is good. But then we got Hazard and Lukaku that are kind of... Well, Hazard is not doing it at all. Lukaku is...
He's got his brothers on the team, eh? So does Lukaku. They got 2 brothers on that team. Yeah, there's a young Hazard and a young Lukaku. I don't know how many minutes these guys are going to see, but there's a pipeline and some family values.
I'm not too sure they're going to finish first in this group.
No, I'm not positive either. We'll see.
All right, so let's talk about Canada. Now, I was just as excited about Canada getting into the World Cup as any Canadian, even though I bleed the Checkers, but...
I don't know any Canadian. There's a bit of a mixed bag on Canadian soccer fans out there, to be fair. But
who did they beat to qualify? They beat...
What was the game that put us in? It was Jamaica 4-0.
When they beat Jamaica 4-0 and everybody was celebrating, I had shivers, man.
There's going to be 2 us's for me when it comes to this.
I was happy. I was really happy. I'm a proud Canadian,
yeah.
Croatian Canadian.
Oh, I was ecstatic. This is insane. All right, as a Canadian soccer fan, honestly, seeing Canada do as well as they did, it's insane. I know it's all CONCACAF. I know we're playing CONCACAF teams. They're not European teams. I get that. I understand. Some of these teams are ranked pretty high in FIFA World Rankings, though. I mean, does that deal with the fact that they're beating up on CONCACAF too? Sure. Yeah, sure it does. But, nonetheless, Mexico's ranked 9,
and they beat Mexico 2-1.
USA's ranked 15, 2-0. Like, and we're the team that's been pushing those guys down. So
there's a real hype about Canada right now. Everybody's talking about Canada.
Mexico's ranked higher than Croatia right now.
That's true.
Or should they be ranked higher than Croatia? I don't know how FIFA rankings work. No, they shouldn't be ranked higher than Croatia. It doesn't make any sense. How does that make any sense that they're ranked higher in the world mid? But it's FIFA points, whatever. Regardless, they beat them. So let's just go over the last few games. All right. So last game of qualifying, Canada lost to Panama. We had already qualified by that point. This would have put us in pot 3. And unfortunately, we ended up in pot 4, but this put us in the same group as Croatia, which, for us is obviously super cool. We're going to get to watch them play each other. It's going to be an awesome game. We're going to be wasted for sure by the end of it. Like a lot of Slivovica, maybe some Canadian club. You're going to have to it's a Slivovica shot for a Croatian goal, and there's a Canadian club shot for a Canada goal.
All right, let's do that. We'll do that.
But, all right, so lost to Panama. We did not, Canada didn't start most of their starters. Jamaica was a 4-0 win on Canadian soil. It was bonkers in Toronto. People were going nuts, welcoming the team in. There was thousands of fans. They had the flares going. They were partying like there was no tomorrow. They're freezing in the stands. It was a big party. It was a big party for Canada soccer. The game before, they lost against Costa Rica.
Yeah, I think there was an early red card. I think
there was. Yeah. We played a man down, but nonetheless, respectable. Only lost by 1 goal. And that forced us to go home again, So it was a bit fitting. I would have preferred not losing against Costa Rica, obviously, but it is what it is. Beat El Salvador 2-0, They're somewhat respectable, I guess, in CONCACAF. No, not big news.
Yeah.
But the 2-0 beating of the USA, wow, that was enormous. That gave us a ton of confidence in the CONCACAF qualifying. And then the 2-1 victory against Mexico. Which
is very impressive. Mexico's always tough.
Always tough. I think they're on the decline right now.
Yeah.
But their ranking's so high, so it's honestly huge. And
so Canada finished first in the group.
Canada finished first in the group.
And now this is the first time they're going to the World Cup since
1986. There's a lot of 1986s going on in this tournament here. We gotta when we're going to talk about Croatia next, we're definitely going to see what their deal was around the year 1986.
Well, 1986
it was still Yugoslavia, right? Yeah, exactly. But still, let's see. We'll take a look at who was scoring, I guess, in 1986. But no, regardless, moving on. Let's talk about some of Canada's top players.
Yeah.
All right. So, I think. All right. Let's just start. Let's start it off with the biggest hype man on the team is Alphonso Davies, playing in Bayern.
Left back
out in Bayern, striker in Canada.
This guy,
strange. I'm not sure if I've ever seen that on another squad.
Yeah.
International squad.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
But this guy is a pure talent. This guy, I would even say he's world class.
Oh.
You see him play. He's quick. He's great with the ball.
You're going to get to see him on the world stage. We'll really see how he's going to stack up against these big teams. Very exciting.
Very exciting to see this guy.
Yeah.
He reminds me a little bit of Mbappe, a little bit. Like the speed and the
he's got great handles. There's a ton of confidence. He's got a really great shot, and he's a good playmaker to boot.
Yeah.
So
the thing that impressed me most about him is his speed, man. I'll say it again.
He's got a huge engine.
He has these boosts of speed that he could turn it on and on.
Yeah. And his control while he's doing that is phenomenal.
I love watching him play.
Unfortunately, he got COVID, so he wasn't there for the last few games of Canada's qualifying because of the setbacks from COVID. He had. He developed a condition with an enlarged heart, I believe.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. No. So he's dealing with that. That's why he wasn't in the last few games of qualifying. Okay. He's resting, but he's supposed to be lacing them up again for Bayern in April, which we're in April now. I think he's supposed to be playing in a couple weeks, so he's tracking to come back. So it's good news. We should see him back out on the pitch again soon, see how he stacks up. He's going to need a bit of time, but you know what? Thankfully, in Alfonso's situation, the World Cup's not being played over the summer.
Yep.
So he's got some time to get back into full form. Let's take a quick look at his stats. For 16 games in Bayern, he's got 3 assists this year. Last year, he got that goal. It was actually a really good goal. You want to check that out on YouTube. Pretty sweet highlight of him scoring. And then in qualifying for Canada, 13 games, he's got 5 goals. He wasn't there the last little stretch. The last 4 games of qualifying he missed. He probably would have added to those totals. And I doubt we would have lost against Costa Rica if Alfonso was out there. I'm not going to lie, you know. But, yeah, Alfonso, definitely the best Canadian soccer talent we've ever had.
Yeah.
He's, you know, we love him out here. He's very, very homegrown. And he played in MLS for Vancouver, you know, before getting the transfer out to Bayern. So, you know, and like we said, he plays left back out there, but he's a striker for us.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, it is insane. I think he's got the confidence to play almost any position on the field.
Maybe
really,
Bayern
you know?
should try him as a striker as well.
I mean, I would. I don't know
Instead
if
of Lewandowski,
I might move him to the wing. You know, I might move him just a
yeah.
little bit up on that left side. You know, if it was me, but whatever. I mean, if Bayern's doing well and they like him where he is, and Alfonso's that kind of gamer, like he. Put it this way, it's like, you know, like look at the goals he can score, but is he complaining that he's playing right back? No, he's embracing it. He loves it. That's what he is. You know, he's about the victory, you know? But when he was playing for us, let me tell you, there's certain situations where you could tell that he was going to get his. Like he was a guy that was like, I don't care that we're up 3-0. I'm getting my goal here. You know, I'm putting my name on the stat sheet. He's that kind of guy. So he's been doing well. We're excited for him for sure. Now let's go to
who else we got in Canada?
We got Jonathan David here.
Jonathan David.
Plays for Lille out in France. He's 22. I should have mentioned Alfonso's pretty young. He's at 21 too. So guys are super young, coming into their own right now. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Plays out in Lille, 22. Out there, he's got 29 games for him, 13 goals. That's pretty big.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's having a hell of a year out there. In 18 games in qualifying for Canada, he's got 9 goals. This guy is scoring.
He's on fire. He's on
fire, man. Like, he plays central striker for us, I believe. And
as we say here, he's fire mama.
Yeah.
He's fire mama.
Fire mama. Yeah. So, David, great season. Ton of confidence.
Yeah.
22 years old. Doesn't look 22. Looks like he's 28 with the kind of maturity he shows on the field. And this guy's putting him in. So, you know, that's a lot of firepower so far up in the front, and we're not done yet. There is more. There is more scoring possibilities here because there's this guy, Tajon Buchanan. Jeez. This guy playing for Bruges. He's 23, plays wing forward. And you know what? He's not having the greatest season right now in Bruges. He's only got 8 games, but this is his first 8 games out in Europe. He's got 0 goals so far. I think you're going to see that change.
Okay.
This guy has been developing his confidence playing in qualifyings right now. I mean, it started kind of late. A lot of it started coming on when Alfonso wasn't available, actually, is when Buchanan started scoring. So without the scoring of Alfonso, Buchanan really, you know, stepped up his game. And he had 3 goals, I believe, in those 4 games that he was absent. And he's just caught fire. I mean, part of the reason he even got out there was throughout this qualifying process, where he started showing what he was doing against CONCACAF. You know what? Bruges took note. Bruges took note and said, you know what? Let's see this kid out here. This is his dream. He wanted to play in Europe. I mean, everybody's dream in Canada, if you're a Canadian soccer fan, is to play in Europe. It's the same thing if you're a Russian-born hockey player or you're a Swedish-born hockey player. You want to play in, you know, North America. You want to play in the NHL. You want to play in the big leagues.
So he's a midfielder, right?
Buchanan's playing wing.
Okay.
They moved him up front for us without Alfonso. He is playing mid, I believe, before that. But he's a guy that can move up and down a lineup, and he's shown his touch recently. Mm-hmm. You know, so he's turning it on. I like him. I like his skill. You should have seen the celebration after his last goal. Did a full-on backflip. This guy's athletic, man. You know? Yeah. It's good. It's looking good. It's exciting, you know? So hopefully the scoring touching can continue. So far, they do not look starved for goals.
Who else they got? They got a good goalie, right?
Borjan. Yeah.
Milan Borjan.
Borjan's looking like a good goalie.
Yeah. Very solid. He plays for Red Star Belgrade.
Yeah. He's holding the fort down for Canada. He looks like a leader out there for Canada. He's been in the program for a long time, and, you know, they suffered a lot in this program, but things are turning around, have been turning around with John Herdman, who has been reported to be a real good motivator. That's the coach. The coach for Canada.
That's what I've been seeing. He instilled this confidence within Canada.
Yeah.
And and they're not afraid of anybody.
No.
They
Definitely happy to be there.
Face to face with US, face to face with Mexico, not afraid, and they have this confidence which they're going to bring into the World Cup, and that could be pretty scary for other teams. Like
they've said he's got a bit of a Ted Lasso approach. He's like they're just he's just building guys up. Instilling confidence, bringing the fun back to the game, like it's fun to play for Canada right now. These kids are having a blast.
And I saw that they have like a symbolic sword that they carry around every game.
Yeah, they got the sword. Hey?
A huge sword, which represents kind of like they're going to battle, confidence.
I don't think I saw that, but I saw the drum they were banging.
They have a drum too.
They like the drum.
But it's a great time to be a Canadian soccer fan right now.
It is a great time to be a Canadian soccer fan.
Yeah. The performances are great.
Yeah. Exciting games.
Exciting to see what they'll do at the World Cup.
Brought a lot of fight, and we're again thrilled to be here. Hopefully, no matter what, Canada invests their qualifying money wisely. This country needs a national training center, probably even 2 national training centers, just because the country's so big. You probably need one out west. You probably need one out east. Montreal would be a great spot for one, and Vancouver. Or Edmonton, maybe. Edmonton would be actually a pretty phenomenal spot for another, especially because it's the housing of such a great Canadian victory over Mexico was out in Edmonton, and we made them play in the snow.
Why didn't they come play in Montreal? They never came to play in Montreal.
I don't know.
That's weird. I always found it weird. I mean, during the winter games.
We're hosting in 2026, so hopefully we get a game.
Montreal's not hosting.
We're not getting anything?
No, Montreal doesn't.
This is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is such a better market for soccer.
But I always felt
Toronto
like
too.
Instead of playing the winter games outdoors in Edmonton and Toronto where it's cold, they should have just played in the Olympic Stadium.
Yeah, so the Edmonton game, actually, the game that was in Edmonton
strategic?
It was strategic. So there's 2 major reasons they selected Edmonton for that game against Mexico is because, one, it's super cold. And if you know Canadian soccer at all, Canadian soccer fans don't root for Canada. They root for their countries or their families' origins. So there's a crazy amount of Italian support here. There's a lot of Croatian support here. That's why we're doing what we're doing, There's a ton of Mexican support too. There's a fairly big Mexican population in Canada, and Canada didn't want to be blown out by foreign support in their own home game. So they chose Edmonton. One, super cold. It's going to be tough on the Mexicans. Yeah. And Canadians are used to the cold, used to playing in the cold, even soccer. Like, you should see our pitches. They're open late, they're open late. Just before hockey season starts, kids are still playing soccer out there. And the minute spring breaks, they're back out there playing soccer, which holds us back because of the winter. Regardless, the second big reason they chose Edmonton, it's got the lowest Mexican population for a major city.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's really far up there. It's really far north.
So it was strategic.
Very strategic.
So what's going to happen in Qatar now where it's super, super hot?
Well, I don't know.
And humid?
For Canada, it's good.
Is it humid or it's dry? Whatever.
It's super dry.
Super dry.
Yeah, it's insanely dry. Yeah, it's going to be bone dry. It's going to be the dryness is going to be a real test. Croatia was just out there testing the field. So that, I'm glad Croatia was out there testing the field in Qatar. But for Canada, I think it's really good that Canada opens the tournament against Belgium, because I wouldn't want Belgium to see Canada. Let's say Canada was to open the tournament against Morocco and play really well against. I don't think that's how it works, anyways. Belgium's obviously starting at Canada because Canada's at the bottom of the group, and Belgium's up top for the rankings. But regardless, if they had a chance to watch Canada maybe play a weaker team like Morocco first, and Canada did really well, then Belgium would make sure that they are up for that game. Fully up for that game. Because it's a lot of things just saying, hey, we can't sleep on this team because it's, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Until you actually see them out there, you're going to sleep on a team. It's normal. Maybe not. But I think it's good that they might get their first chance to surprise Belgium against Belgium and maybe steal a point.
I think they will.
That'd be huge. To get a couple goals early, for sure Belgium maybe roars back. But if they could keep it close and come out with a point, it'd be massive. Massive for Canada.
Did Canada ever score at the World Cup?
No, I don't believe Canada even had a goal in 1986.
Okay, so they will get a goal. I'm pretty sure they'll get a goal this
Again, year. Canada's best finish in a World Cup is their only finish.
And I really think they're going to come in there with full confidence. They're going to take Belgium by surprise, and they're going to steal some points away from Belgium.
Yeah, these guys are excited. These guys are excited to go out, excited to go prove themselves.
30 million people are going to be watching this game.
This is nuts. Yeah, it's nuts.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah. Well, more than 30, but you got to think every Canadian household.
30 million Canadians will be watching.
Yeah, there's not going to be much. Well, there's going to be some hockey to compete with, but not at 10 in the morning. Everybody's getting off work.
Yeah.
It's going to be a party.
It's going to be a huge deal in Canada.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to do well. They're going to surprise a lot of people. They are the dark horses from this tournament.
For sure. Yeah. You know,
they have the talent.
They've got the worst gambling odds for sure to win it. I can't really envision a scenario where they could win the
if a team
division,
could take care of the U.S. and Mexico with no issues. They could be.
Yeah, they could be surprising. Look, I mean, if you look at them, Canada's top players are scoring at a better clip than Belgium's top players in their respective leagues. You know, like, I mean, it's comparable. No, it's not that comparable, I guess, because Lukaku's out in Chelsea and Hazard's out in, is it Barca?
No, he's Real Madrid.
Real, right. He's out in Real. They're doing bad, but I mean, you know, the level of play is obviously a bit higher in those leagues than the French league or the Bundesliga for sure, you know, you would say. But still, nonetheless, those are European teams, and these guys are scoring better in the European teams, their respective European teams, than the top guys on Belgium. So, well, I mean,
I can't wait to watch that game. I can't wait to watch Canada get on the pitch for the World Cup. Congrats once again, Canada. We're proud of you.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do Morocco now. Tough team from Africa.
I mean, they're plus 600 to make it out of the group or to win the group. So they're down the scale of the betting odds. But you know what? We've been looking at them, and they're not going to be an easy out. I think a lot of people are counting them out, and I don't think it's going to be that easy to beat, you know? So their best finish, again, with one of Belgium's best finish, was also in 1986, the last year.
What's up with this year, 1986?
I don't know. There's a lot of 1986 going on in this
last time Canada was in the World Cup is 1986.
Morocco's best finish is 1986, where they made it to the round of 16, and Belgium's second best finish was 1986. But yeah, all right, let's take a look at their last 5 games. Let's start with their last 3 games in the Cup of Nations. January 18, they tied Gabon. January 25th, 2-2 against Gabon. January 25th, they beat Malawi 2-1, and then January 30th, they lost 2-1 to Egypt. Yeah. Most allowed.
Egypt, who went to the finals and lost to Senegal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wicked. And then they tied Congo 1-1 March 25th, and then March 29th they beat Congo 4-1
to qualify to the World Cup.
For the World Cup.
They won 4-1.
They won 4-1. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's big, actually. Yeah.
That is big.
Yeah. Well, they've got some talent actually, and they're all coming into their primes right now. They've got Hakimi, a defender, plays for Paris Saint-Germain,
PSG,
right
one of the top teams in the world.
He's got 2 goals in qualifying, which is pretty solid.
Yep.
And he's got 3 goals, 4 assists on season in PSG. You know, from the back end.
That's very solid.
He's getting a lot of hype. He's only 23 years old. You know, like, you got to think this guy's confidence is growing right at the right time to go into the World Cup here. So, I don't know. I'm looking at their team, and I thought these guys would be something that maybe, both Canada and Croatia could kind of walk over, but I don't think it's going to be that easy.
Who else they got?
They got Ziyech, plays for Chelsea, midfielder. He's 29. He's got 4 goals, 2 assists on the season in the EPL. That's pretty respectable for that position, you know. Like, and again, good age. You know, they're not aging too well. They've got the experience going. They're still going to have their legs. And then they got Hadidi, a striker, plays for Sevilla.
Okay.
Good team, Spanish league.
Sevilla's always in the top 3-4 in the Spanish league.
Yeah.
We got Rakitic that plays in Sevilla.
Oh.
So they're good teammates.
Oh, get a little insider info. Too bad Rakitic is retired from international play. But the hairstyle lives on, so that's what's most important, you know.
But this is a solid team, Morocco. We shouldn't sleep on Morocco at all.
Yeah, they've got a lot going for them right now, I think, you know, and they're going to be super hungry. Everybody's going to be super hungry, but these guys, you know, I mean, they've been there before at least a couple times, and I don't know. I just don't think they're going to be that easy to beat, you know.
No, for sure. And one thing Croatia has an advantage on is that we never lost against an African team at the World Cup. We're 2-0 against African teams.
Who are those 2 games?
We beat, in the last World Cup, who did we beat? We beat Cameroon, I think, in 2014.
Okay.
2018, we beat Nigeria. 2-0, I believe.
Yeah.
So we have a good record. And Cameroon, we beat them 4-0. So we have a good record against African teams. Hopefully, we keep it up at this World Cup. So
I don't believe in that, though. I don't think it means anything. I think there's different players, different squads, probably different approaches. They've got really good defense. They've got good midfield, and their striker's got some hype around him right now. You know, people like what he's doing. He's not scoring in a crazy clip, but there's some confidence behind him nonetheless.
Morocco's a solid team. Belgium is a solid team too.
Belgium's solid. Morocco's going to be tough. They got good defense. Not going to be easy to score on. Croatia is, goal starved at times. I think we all know.
Yep.
In these tournaments, that's the one thing we wish we could just get more of. Would be goal scoring or a striker that could consistently get it done.
Yeah.
So against a team that's got, one of their top stars at the back end, it doesn't necessarily bode well, but obviously you got to think that we've got them handled in the midfield. We should be able to control a possession game against them. Their long ball might be nice, but if they don't get to control the ball enough and we're dominating it like we know we should be against this team, this should be a win. Hopefully, like maybe a 2-1 affair here. And
the first game, Croatia's playing Morocco.
Yeah, so that's good for us again.
It's a must-win.
Yeah, it's an absolute must-win. We cannot go in this and get a tie. No, you got to get 3 points. If we only go in there and get 1 point, it's looking bad. And we got Belgium coming up, and then we got Canada, and
first game is against Morocco,
and then it's Canada, and then to finish it off against Belgium. Oh, geez, that's tough. You don't want to finish like that.
So hopefully they get 2 wins, and last game, they don't care. They just play for fun.
Can't lose against Morocco. Yes. Absolutely can't lose against Morocco. Can't tie against Morocco. It's a must-win.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, the only way if they don't get a full 3 points to start the tournament, they're not going to make it out of the group. I just don't see that path to success like that. No.
Yeah. So now we're going to talk about our checkered mates. We're talking about Croatia.
Talking about the checkered mates. Oh, yeah. The furious ones. That's the fiery ones.
Fiery ones.
The Repka. I know a lot of you like saying Repka out there. We're hip.
We are hip.
We say Repka too.
I mean, we're not going to spend time talking about stats and stuff. We always talk about the stats, the players and stuff. But let's run down the roster.
Well, this is a nice... Wait, hold on. Let's just do this stat right quick. 5 tournaments, 2 medals, 40%. That's a nice stat.
We have a 40% medal rate at the World Cup.
That's huge. Who's got better than that?
I think Brazil or Germany.
Let's not talk about it. It's really good.
I think we're 4th or 5th in the percentage of medal rates.
Unreal. For a team that's really only been around for 5 tournaments... Have we ever missed a tournament?
We've missed one.
One tournament.
2010. Yeah.
Yeah.
5 out of 6, pretty good.
5 out of 6, real good. And Italy wishes they had that kind of an appearance rate right now.
Yeah.
Sad times, though. We feel bad for you guys. We do. All right, you guys should have been there. Whatever.
What did I want to say? But Croatia, it's their 6th World Cup appearance and 7 attempts. So, and they've only been allowed to participate at the World Cup since 1998. So
look at that.
Their first tournament that they were allowed to participate.
That was a sugar tournament, eh?
That was a sugar tournament. They qualified for the first tournament.
If only we had a goal scorer like that now.
That would be great.
Yeah, it's one thing. Oh, God. But, hey.
Let's run down the roster real quick.
All right, let's go through it. You want to start at the top? All right, well, let's start with the midfield.
Let's talk about the midfield because it's untouchable.
No, it's untouchable. It's got to be the best midfield in the tournament.
Probably the best midfield in the tournament.
Yeah.
We got Luka Modric.
Still playing great.
37 years old.
Unbelievable.
Playing like he is...
He's like he always has. He's just never changed. The quality of play has never dipped. Yeah. So if anything, it's only gotten better. He's gotten more wily, more clever as the years have gone on.
He's like the Clint Eastwood of soccer.
Yeah.
Or quicker.
Yeah. Oh, much faster. Yeah.
Quicker.
Less shaky.
He's wise.
Yeah.
He controls the pace of the game.
No depends. Well, you got to think Clint's got depends. Yeah. But no, Modric is great. Looking great. Looking that Papa Modric out there leading this team.
He's been scoring too. I mean, he scored a couple goals at Real Madrid recently. He scored that goal against Scotland at the Euros. Remember that?
Yep.
Modric is getting better and better with age.
Yeah, he's looking great. Yeah, let's talk about his partner out there, Kovacic.
We got Kovacic playing for Chelsea.
Yeah,
I think he was player of the season last season with Chelsea.
Look at that. He's great.
Great dribbler.
It's going to be a great tandem.
He has to score a little bit more.
We would love to see that out of the midfield for sure, but you know what? It is what it is. So long as we're going to have a great possession game. Yeah. We're just going to have an unbelievable possession game in this tournament. I really think so.
And then we got maybe one of the most underrated midfielders in Europe right now, Marcel Brozovic. He holds down...
Unfortunately, we didn't get to see him recently.
Yeah, he was injured.
Yeah.
For the 2 friendly games.
Incredible.
He's playing for Inter Milan. He doesn't stop running. He's always there. He has an awesome shot. He is loved at Inter Milan. They re-signed him right now for another 2-3 years. So we got Modric, Kovacic, Brozovic.
On the field at one time.
Yeah.
It's looking amazing. Solid. So solid.
Like not only that, but guess who we have on the bench?
Who do we got?
Vlasic.
Oh, man. Kid's looking all right.
Vlasic. And we got Pasalic, too.
Pasa shouldn't be playing midfield on this team. This is so stupid. They had him in midfield attack. Last time I got to see him out there. I unfortunately couldn't see the last qualifying game, but
we have Lovro Meyer as well.
Yeah, okay, Meyer's looking great. This is insane. We gotta, we need these guys on the field. I think at one time we gotta find ways to keep them out there together. Maybe move them up a bit, Now
let's talk about the wing. We got Ivan Perisic on the left wing.
You gotta love Perisic. This is probably the last tournament you get to see him for sure. I would think.
Probably, but he's still playing quality football at Inter.
He's great.
Awesome player.
Awesome.
One of our best players of all time.
He's got so much fight in him. He's just got so much heart and fight. He reminds me of just a more skilled Olic out there. Really pass the torch one to the other.
For me, he's like our Ronaldo. I find he's like physically he's so gifted. He's so quick, and he could do it all. He could shoot.
Really
he could dribble
deep too. Yeah.
He could score by headers.
Yeah.
Perisic is a complete player.
Complete player. Yeah. I don't know if he has. I don't know if we're gonna watch him play super deep anymore though. I think he's a guy that's gonna get one of the first subs in the game would probably be Perisic up there because he's definitely gonna probably run himself into the ground a lot in these games. He's getting a little bit older, so I don't.
But he's a game changer. He's a game changer.
Oh, 100%.
He can come in and change the game.
Yeah. When you need somebody to spark some offense, Perisic is a great player to look to. When things are getting stale. That's for sure.
He has that experience.
Yeah. So loving Perisic.
We got Perisic and Modric for that experience, and they're surrounded by a lot of youthful players.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm not understanding why I've been reading a lot of articles the last few days about Croatia and World Cup, and they're saying that it's an old team.
It's really not that old of a team.
It's not that old of a team.
Yeah, because you're looking at the stars that are aging, and but like Rocket's not there anymore. He's been replaced by a younger counterpart. Like
Mandzukic is not there anymore.
Kramaric is really not like
Kramaric is 30.
It's not ancient. I mean, it's not the spring chicken that he once was. But
and our defense is super young right now.
Yeah, defense is super young. And
we have Sosa,
underrated.
Underrated defense. Sosa.
I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Chaleta Carr.
Yeah. We have Guardiola, which is 19. He's 19 or 20.
Man, this kid's looking good. This kid's looking real good. It's a solid back. Like I think we've.
And with Juranovic on the right side. Juranovic on the right side, which is super young as well. Yeah. So our defense is super young.
It's looking good. They're playing well. They look mobile. They look like they're gifted at getting the ball up the field. They're making nice passes out there. They control it well. It's sad to not see Charlie out there anymore. For sure. Like who's one of my favorite players.
He's on the coaching staff though.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, you can still get to see his feet around, his face around. Yeah.
But I mean, the Croatian team is not old at all. I mean, aside from Modric, there's Perisic, which is in his 30s as well. But this is not. It's
honestly looking like another tournament where Croatia is being underestimated.
They're being underestimated I think, once again.
Yeah, you gonna sleep on these guys? We obviously have them. We'll get to the predictions later, but the only adjustments I'd like to see is I think we need to embrace some of the young strikers a bit more. I think Pasa needs a bigger role in this team. The kid's scoring. We need to see him front and center. I think that's what's up. I think Kramaric is looking really good.
He's really looking good the last few days.
When he gets the support up front, and he's not a sole striker. This is what I think is a general consensus of a lot of people that have been watching Kramaric for a while. If he gets the support, so he's not just totally the number one target for the other defense to focus on. He's going to cover a lot of ground. He's going to get open. He's going to do stuff. You saw him. The pairing with Budimir worked well. It did work well. So you can't really, even though as badly as you want to see Pasa out there, I'm not going to knock Budimir because together they looked really solid. And Kramaric looked, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of Kramaric right now, and I hope the scoring continues for him.
If Kramaric could be on fire at the World Cup, we could do some real damage.
And it just sounds like those are the days. It just sounds like we're hoping for one guy to be on fire. Just like we always hope for Mario to be on fire. We're always like, wow, the team's looking great. Now, if only Mario can catch fire this tournament, you know what I mean?
But you know what? Looking at 2018, we didn't really have that one player like a Checkered player that was scoring all the goals.
No.
Almost everyone from the team scored a goal during 2018. If we could see that again in 2022, that'd be perfect.
That'd be great.
If everybody could play their part and score goals.
It's a lot to ask. That's like a lot to ask for like that scoring to be like really distributed across the line.
Because that's what we had in 2018.
Yeah,
even
for
Vita
sure.
scored a
But then
goal.
but when it came time that we needed more, it came time against the best team in the world that we went up against. Croatia's never lost against a European team, except the fact that they've lost twice to France.
That's an interesting stat right there. So Croatia has never lost against a European team at the World Cup, except for France.
Twice.
Yeah.
So
they've never lost against an African team at the World Cup.
And now we're playing, and we got Morocco in the group.
So those are two interesting stats.
It's interesting. We got Belgium and
Morocco.
Yeah. What's their record against a North American team? I don't think they've ever played a North American team.
We played with USA once.
Really?
We beat them once.
Oh, well, there you go.
That was the first official unofficial Croatia game was against USA.
How long ago? 98?
1990.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Incredible.
So
as an official
for us.
Oh, you know what? We're gonna do an episode on that. We're gonna go back to 1990. We're gonna take a look at that.
Yeah. It's actually history. It's a part of
paint a picture at a time.
It's a part of the article I wrote, which is online right now at checkeredmates.com. Top 10 Croatian goals, national team goals. I talk about that game a little bit.
Perfect.
Yeah, so check it out.
What I definitely really want to see in this tournament, I would like to see us get our vengeance against France. I would love to see us knock them out of this tournament.
I would love to avoid France until...
Nah, bring them on. Speed them. Let's take care of them.
Let's take care of
them. Yeah. Let's take them out. I don't know. It's going to be a tough tournament. For sure. Nonetheless. But I think, you know what, it bodes well. I think we can do some damage against Belgium. We're starved for goals, sure. I don't think we're as starved for goals as Belgium might be right now. Their top scorers are not scoring, simply put, Our top scorers are doing better in their respective leagues than they are. So, and then we got the youth movement coming up. I don't know.
Meyer.
Yeah, Meyer's
I can't wait to see this kid unleashed.
I know.
At the World Cup.
No, I know. I just like to see. I want to see his confidence grow. I want to see him want to score a bit here. I want to see some guys take some looks at the net.
So to all the other teams, to all the journalists, Croatia is not an old team.
Yeah.
Keep saying it. Yeah. Keep underestimating Croatia.
Just because they look at Modric and Modric is old, so they're like, oh, geez, But
I don't understand why Croatia is still an underdog after finishing second.
They're doing nothing but really crush these tournaments. They
have 2 medals out of 5 tournaments.
That's
40%. They had a lot of ups and downs in qualifying, but I feel like the team energy right now is very positive. I think Dalic is doing a good job bringing the team back together. We had some issues at the Euros. 2020, we had some issues with a couple of players that brought the team down, like Rebic. And Versailles also had a negative attitude.
Shalko, yeah, but they've been broken up now.
So Versailles is back in the team.
Yeah, Rebic is no longer there.
They fixed, Rebic, unfortunately, is not playing with Croatia anymore.
There's some controversy around that too, I believe.
It's too bad. He is an excellent player. But I think Dalic brought the team back together now. I think there's a renewed positivity within the team. It showed in the last 2 friendly games.
Yep.
And
for sure.
When Croatia's in a good mood, we are.
That's the thing. Yeah, if morale is high, on this team, they will do well. When they're supporting each other, they do well. I mean, that goes for every team that you can mention, but it's really important in this case because it's not necessarily something we've always really seen, at these tournaments. So, and them still do well, and I think they're probably a pretty tight unit right now.
But Croatia, it's all about the morale.
Yeah,
you're right. If you remember 2014, was it 2014? Niko Kovac was the coach.
Yep.
And they didn't do well because there was a lot of friction with the coach.
Yeah. I think Dalic has got the support. I don't know if he has my full support the way he's been rolling people out there. It's like you're goal-starved, you bring in Pasa, but you don't put him in a striking position. It boggles the mind a little bit. I don't know what footage you're watching. I don't know what tape you're watching with these kids. It just seems like seniority is king in Croatia, and I'm not a massive fan of seniority being king when there might be somebody that could be helping the squad out more that's not getting the time they need because they don't necessarily have the seniority. And then they're losing out to Budimir, and then no knock on Budimir. I just don't think he's necessarily the scorer that Pasalic is. But Budimir is getting more because the seniority is slightly I don't understand. I don't see. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Why are these players like?
I'm a little bit afraid of that. I'm a little bit afraid that they go back to Lovren and Vida when they could be using the
yeah, I would be worried if we're just like Lovren and Vida need to be coming off the bench, not starting the games. Maybe I don't know. I liked what I saw out of the backs that we had. With who were they? It was Charlotte Carr,
Slovenia against Slovenia.
Yeah, Gardiel and
Pograncic.
Yes, Pograncic. Yeah, I liked looking at that.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good look for us, and I wouldn't want to see us go all vets back there because you know what? I just don't think that lineup of vets is going to get it to handle. I like Vida coming off the bench. I like that stuff, and I like them being around for their leadership, their maturity. But we need to be looking at the younger players. I think, especially at the back end.
Let's do the predictions.
Yeah.
Let's
okay.
Well,
you go first. Yeah, you can go first.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
So, I'm thinking Croatia's going to finish first.
Yep.
Second place. I think Canada's going to surprise everyone and finish second. Their first game is against Belgium. I think they're going to take some points away from Belgium. I think they could beat Morocco. I don't think they could beat Croatia. So I think Canada's going to finish second. Croatia first, Canada second. Belgium's going to finish third. Is that what I wrote? Yeah. And Morocco is going to finish last, unfortunately. Even though it's not a knock on Morocco, but I think Morocco's going to finish fourth. Yeah.
That's really what I would like to see the most.
Yeah.
Belgium's kind of cold. I mean, their track record over their last 6, it's not the best. They've got time to come back. I got to think. Look at how hot Croatia's been. Croatia's got to finish first in this group. No way they don't. They're going to handle these teams, I think, very well. And then, yeah, I mean, I'm a Canadian homer. I'd love to see Canada make it out of this group. Yeah. But, I mean, just to see Canada do well at all in the group stage by scoring some goals, looking well, looking respectable out there, I think that alone would be a huge win for this country, regardless of advancing or not, just because, hey, it's been 30-plus years since the last time we've been at this tournament. So just to look respectable, scoring goals, that would be nice. So, yeah, Croatia. It's tough to say that Canada can make it out, and upset. Obviously, I want to say that you got to think that Belgium's got to advance here. But if they're going to be cold going in, it's tough. What if Morocco surprises? What if Morocco can surprise Belgium? Like, what if just Belgium falls asleep on Canada? Canada goes out and wins that game. Belgium then, then has to play Morocco next. Morocco's taken a loss to Croatia. They're firing in all cylinders. They're coming out. Belgium's still cold. What if Morocco upsets, and just pushes Belgium down? So, I don't know. I mean, number 2 team in the league, Belgium. Why are they up that high? Because they're beating teams like Burkina Faso? Faso? Like, really? Estonia?
Yeah,
they're tying against Ireland.
The FIFA rankings are very debatable.
They lost to Italy. Italy didn't even make it through. They lost to Italy. That's one of the, and they didn't even qualify. They lost to France. Of course they lost to France. France is amazing.
Yeah.
So
what are you saying? Belgium's going to finish third or fourth?
Man, let's just put Belgium at third. I just want to say the exact same matchup. It's just so hard for me not to say Canada's making it through right now. Croatia's got to win it. I think that's what we're looking at. I'd love to see Canada shock the world. I'd love to see Belgium not make it through. I'd like to see Morocco be respectable. No hate on Belgium, but I mean, I'd like to see Morocco be respectable. Belgium finish fourth would be hilarious, so I'm going to go do that.
First games are important.
Morocco. Yeah.
You're going to flip-flop? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to flip-flop Belgium, Morocco. First games are important.
First games are important. So Croatia's playing Morocco first game. Must win.
Must win if they lose.
Belgium is playing Canada.
Yeah, and I think there's a real scenario where Belgium kind of takes a nap on Canada early in that game. Canada comes out with a couple goals. Then, obviously, Belgium starts raging back. But if they keep that game close enough, who knows, So we'll see what happens in come November. But really excited about this group. It's great for us as fans, that's for sure.
And Croatia plays Canada in the second game.
Interesting to see.
And then they play Belgium in the third game. So
Croatia's going to be up for that game.
Croatia is going to be... So Croatia, I think they could beat Morocco. First game they have to win. I think it's going to be either 1 or 2-0.
Yeah, and then I think after that, Croatia is going to had a good chance to really look at what Canada is looking like in this tournament. So I think
Croatia is going to outclass Canada. I'm sorry to say that.
I think they're going to be really ready for that game. I don't think they're going to fall asleep on them. I think they're going to control the ball. They're going to take it away from the Canadian scores, and it might be a bit of a stifling ball possession game for Croatia that Croatia finishes 2-0 on,
Because we're talking about one of the best midfields in the world.
Yeah. They're a total class of their own.
I think they're going to control the game. They're going to
yeah.
control the possession. And I think they're going to beat Canada. I think maybe 1 or 2-0, maybe 2-1.
That's what I see happening. But very excited for that game nonetheless, yeah.
And hopefully
Love
Croatia's
to see them
not
finish
going to
out
need...
on a win.
Exactly.
But
So they're
yes,
not going to
hopefully
need to
they won't
beat
need
Belgium for the last game.
They're going to have 6 points by that point, you know?
And they're going to play, some players from the bench.
Yep.
And we're probably going to tie Belgium, I'm thinking.
Yeah, that seems likely.
So that's my prediction. That's my prediction. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
He's sticking to it.
That's my truth. All right, yeah, check out the website. Check out the articles.
Checkeredbase.com. Please check out our Instagram, our Twitter, our MySpace. No, we don't have MySpace. Facebook. Check out our articles coming up. Check out our videos on YouTube. Please click the subscribe button below. So until next time, these are your checkered mates. This is Ivan P.
Ed.
See you guys later.
Cheers.